Welcome to the MLS Review Show. The busy summer continues for the clubs of Major League Soccer. Underdogs triumph while stalwarts collapse. New faces offer hopes while the old guard struggles. Plus, MLS stars get good news from the new Stars and Stripes headman. The MLS Review Show starts now. Midweek games left coaches with personnel decisions. With plenty of depth in the attacking third to choose from, Peter Vermes inserted Omar Bravo and Teal Bunbury back into the starting lineup. But it was a different KC attacker who had the first impact on the match, as Roger Espinoza scored his first of the campaign. 5 minutes later, Bunbury gave the home team the 2-0 lead. Despite a second-half red card for Espinoza, Sporting managed to hold on to the 2-0 victory, extending their unbeaten streak to 14 games. The big news in Chicago on Wednesday night was the debut of Pavel Pardo and Sebastian Grazzini. Although Chicago gave up a first-half goal to Veljko Panovic, Pardo was still the story when the game came to a close, scoring an equalizer in the 54th minute, earning the Fire a point against the Union and preventing Philadelphia from reclaiming a share of the Eastern Conference lead. With Portland winless in their last 6 at home and the Galaxy unbeaten in 14 straight league games, only one result seemed logical in this one. However, in the 26th minute, unlikely goal scorer Mike Chabala put the home team up 1-0 with a right-footed strike that benefited from a slight deflection by Juninho. The home team wasn't done with just that one, as both Jorge Perlaza and Eric Brunner tacked on goals, and the Timbers came out the 3-0 winners, snapping the Galaxy's unbeaten record.
Columbus crew in yellow were underway.
Heading into their matchup against the Rapids, Columbus was riding high after taking over sole possession of first in the East. The crew suffered a blow just 3 minutes into the game, however, when Eddie Gavin went down with an injury. In the 54th minute, Brian Mullen made it worse for the visitors when he struck a stunner from 30 yards out that found the upper corner for a goal. Sana Niasi and Omar Cummings combined for one more to close out the match. The Rapids coming away victorious, 2-0. Coming up on the MLS Review Show, the New England Revolution look to continue their modest 3-game unbeaten streak at home against Chivas USA. Catch up on all the relevant soccer stories around the world each weekday morning with The Kickoff, compiled by fan favorite Simon Borg. Whether it's a story about the latest European superstar linked to an MLS team, a controversial quote from a head coach, or a game preview with an interesting slant, you'll find it in The Kickoff. With as many as 20 links within the article, you can learn all you need to in the world of soccer with just one stop each morning. Welcome back to the MLS Review Show. For the second straight week, Dwayne De Rosario faces a former team when DC hosts Toronto FC. But first, Chivas looks to bounce back from a tough 1-0 loss to Dallas, away to New England. In Week 7, the Revolution traveled to Southern California, and despite the recent acquisition of Benny Feilhaber, lost the match 3-0. With the debut of Milton Caralho slotting right into the front line for New England, Steve Nicol was confident his men could earn the 3 points this time around against the Goats. Chivas head coach Robin Fraser was looking to get back in the playoff hunt and turned to veteran Alejandro Moreno, reinserting him into the starting lineup for the first time since his return from a successful stint with Venezuela at the Copa America. Brad Feldman and Greg Lawless called all the action from Gillette Stadium.
Game with the shoulder dislocation that he suffered last game. Zach Schalowski offside, trying to latch on to the long ball from Chris Tierney. Now finds Joseph. Shaw returns, chips it, and it's, oh, what a miss! Ryan Cochran, it was easier to score than miss. Not just floating.
Yeah, but he's a little frustrated that the ball is so easily then played into Simon Elliott.
That's a good ball in, a tester, and it's 1-0. Chivas USA, manufactured by Nick LaBrocca from the right flank.
Great ball in right there from LaBrocca. and Ala Moreno getting in behind Barnes. I'm not really sure whether Barnes maybe heard Reese calling for it, and so he dropped off. But he steps ahead of the ball here, thinking maybe it's going past him.
Ooh, Alston left that short, pounced on by Moreno. Alejandro Moreno. Reese bails out Kevin Alston. That was a space-out moment. Flores. LaBrocca is through and he's onside, racing back to get goal side. Barnes, the shot right into Barnes. LaBrocca gets it back and makes it 2-0. Calamity for New England, and they're down 2 at home.
You can see Barnes in the middle making the tracking back run, uses his speed, does well, and here's the block, and then he's just unlucky that it falls right back to LaBrocca. But really, it's a giveaway in the midfield originally. Alston on the, giving it away, bad ball in, and away Chivas goes quickly on the counterattack.
Oh, here he is. Fagundes, he's in, he goes down, and he draws a penalty. Instant impact from the 16-year-old, and they're on their feet here at Foxborough. This is dynamic.
Great run.
Yep.
It's a good run. He cuts in right there, and that's when he goes down.
He made his last one. He runs up and buries it. 2-1.
He's still angry about the fact that the call was made.
Physical red cards. Phelan's may be the only one. The delivery now. Mensali, McCarthy, Joseph to save. What a save!
Great ball from Tierney to the far post. His set pieces have improved, and McCarthy does well to get up and over his defender. Showery Joseph's alone. Kennedy. Too much space there for Courtois. Nobody stepping up.
He turns and finds Braun, who plays Jazic, who squares it. Trouble for the Revs here. And indeed, it is 3-1. The Revs opened up. Moreno.
Nobody picking him up. And Kevin Alston burned on the outside by Jazic, who runs around him. A little bit unlucky in the middle there from Tierney, because it looks like he does well to defend the play originally, but the Revolution defense pretty much carved up, and I think that they can blame themselves in that one.
Long by Alston. Fagundes battling. He's in. He shoots. He has his first professional goal. 3-2. No time to celebrate. Showery Joseph digs it out of the back of the net.
Good ball out of the back from Alston. Probably the best ball he's played all night long. Fagundes getting away with a little bit of a tug on the jersey. And he does a great job to finish as soon as he notices the space.
Curls across. Joseph knocks it down. Shout for handball. The shot. Oh, saved by Kennedy.
And it's Kennedy with a one-handed save, getting to his right. Showery Joseph just whipping a volley in, getting a lot on it, but Kennedy.
And there's the whistle for full time. So despite all the excitement, the home fans go home disappointed.
Traded twice this year, it seems as though Dwayne De Rosario has been playing a former team every weekend. In Week 21, that was the case for the second straight game as the all-time leading scorer for Toronto FC took on the Reds. With Andy Najar suspended, Santino Quaranta was inserted into the starting 11. After a thrilling 2-2 come-from-behind draw in Portland and a road victory in CONCACAF Champions League play that assured them passage to the next round, Aaron Vinter's squad was looking to continue their current momentum, and with a win could come within 5 points of a playoff wildcard. Luke Weilman was joined by Jason DeVos at RFK Stadium for this one.
12 games since as they get things underway here. This is chased by Avila, and the keeper came a long way, and the assistant referee is flagging as the referee comes over.
But we spoke about defensive understanding for both teams at the start of the game, and this is a perfect example of poor understanding. No communication between McDonald and Hamid, the goalkeeper.
It's a red card. Bill Hamid, the DC United keeper, sent off.
For DC United. De Rosario, it's in the net! It's in the net! Goal, DC, he's done it again!
Poor defending, but great execution. A wet ball does the following to a Stephen Fry. Just cannot get a piece of this ball. Gets overpowered by just a great strike. Shoelace.
Onto this comes out to De Rosario. De Rosario knifing into the box, getting a step, gets a shot off. Fry the save. Wolf trying to poke it in. Iro clears.
Morgan with the crossing. Cronin punches it away, and Toronto FC get the leveling goal. Mirosevic, his second in as many league appearances for the team.
The good ball in from Ashton Morgan. He just takes a touch and he wraps his foot around it, and it's bending away from the keeper, who makes a complete hash of it. Steve Cronin comes out, punches it straight off the back of his defender. And the ball falls very kindly to Mirosevic, who's just outside of the boot.
It's played in towards Danny Kubermans and through the arms of the goalkeeper, who will be relieved to have seen that one drop just behind him. Pontius with the cross in, goes straight through the legs of Iro. De Rosario! It's his second of the night as Dwayne De Rosario scores once again to put his team in front against Toronto FC.
You give Dwayne De Rosario a gift. He makes no mistake. Andy Iro, terrible defensive mistake on his part. All he has to do is get a foot on this ball through the legs, and De Rosario gets in behind Torsten Frings.
Toronto take this one quickly. Julian de Guzman! Julian de Guzman finally gets his first goal for Toronto FC and ties the game at 2-2.
Well, Julian de Guzman, a great strike from distance. I think it takes a bit of a deflection on Ben Olsen. Not happy, going over to shake the hand of the coaches. He's been ejected from the game.
Platter with the corner as the rain falls once again, and then it's played in by Kubermans, and Toronto FC have the goal that gives them a 3-2 lead.
Just see Kubermans there, back post, slips his marker, gets a side footer on it, straight at the keeper, right through his arms. It's a little bit slippery, a little bit wet.
Back at the other end, Frings has to defend, and Stefan Fry with a save, and that's a penalty for DC United. The referee pointing straight to the spot. De Rosario has 2 goals already tonight, make it 3. He ties the game for DC United. Mirosevic in possession for Toronto as the referee blows the final whistle. It is DC United 3, Toronto FC 3, the full-time score.
Coming up, the Dynamo look to keep rolling after their big win against Seattle. MLSsoccer.com is home to the best original soccer content on the web. This includes regular weekly features like John Bolster's Monday postgame, kicking off each week, reviewing the events from the previous one. On Tuesday, the MLS Power Rankings come out, illustrating the current position of each team in the opinion of the editorial staff. Postcard from Europe features a Q&A with American playing abroad every Wednesday. Peer into the mind of MLS Soccer's Jonah Friedman every Thursday with the throw-in. Finally, Fridays bring the Armchair Analyst, where Matthew Doyle breaks down a statistical or tactical trend in the world of MLS or the U.S. national team. All of this and much more, including all the breaking news and updates, every week on MLSsoccer.com.